the most futuristic technology on the planet. But next, we're going with the $10,000 technology, Neuralink, which is a computer chip surgically implanted into the brain, enabling people like Nolan here to reconnect to the world. So you were paralyzed from the neck down.
Yeah, and for about 8 years, I was trying to find some purpose in my life.
And then you got Neuralink, and what has that changed?
Anything anyone can do on a computer, I can do.
And he literally does it by using only his brain. You are currently moving that with your thoughts.
Yeah, man.
I want to see you send a text with your brain.
Okay.
His hands are paralyzed, but we're going to film them so you can see they're not moving. And using the neurons firing in Nolan's brain, Neuralink can translate those signals into movements. He just typed hi with his mind. Is this not crazy to anyone else? But that's not all he can do. So you just think left, and you're about to turn left.
Left, right, don't die.
No.
There we go.
He absolutely crushed us playing with only his mind.
I never thought would allow me to do anything like this.
And future technology can not only help the mind, but also the body.
Shalom. Shalom, Yeshua. For this starts, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstone who rule well and teach well, the only one certified to teach the 100% truth of the Bible. And sincere shalom to the Akim out there who are pushing this word in truth and sincerity. My name is Bayan Napasha, Lord willing, I'm back in the spirit to edify the elect out there. Oh, and shalom to the Aquath out there who are learning in silence. Right? Today, I just want to go over the video that you saw with Mr. Beast. You know, ironic name. Talking about the microchip, you know, and that's not even the only thing. They're getting more influencers and whatnot, like Kim Kardashian, who failed her bar exam that she's been studying for all this time. Apparently, she has been. The internet has been saying that she may be lining herself up to get the chip and whatnot to create a story. And with this going on, Mr. Beast could be the one to make it so that it's fun for the kids and whatnot, because that's who he's mainly marketed to. If you go on YouTube and search him up, you know, with the way that they advertise their videos and whatnot. They're highly edited, very flashy, lots of colors and whatnot, and that's used to draw on children and whatnot. Just like a lot of these new TV shows for kids, they are like very flashy, have a lot of cuts and whatnot, a lot of high energy, instead of what it used to be back in the day, like Oswald or Dragon Tales or some stuff like that back in the day, you know, low energy but like very engaging. It would, you know, but you know, these are just the things that the so-called white man Esau Edom does, you know, that the elites are using the celebrities. And you know, the brother made a point within Isaiah 42:9, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them. All right, and this is going into how these things that are written in the scriptures, these things that are written in the scriptures, you know, just like how I have a few, Romans 15:4, whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. All right, so the Lord sent his prophets, you know, to declare what was going to happen at the end, because that's what the Lord does. Before he does anything, he declares exactly what's going to happen, you know, and that's where the warning has gone out. Like in Proverbs 1:20. Whoa. Am I thinking of the right one? Oh, I hit Psalms. Yeah, Proverbs 1. I can start at 22, really. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? And this knowledge is coming from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you know, in love and simplicity of having their own oppressors over them, you know, because that's what is a major problem within our own people, is that they trust in oppression, you know, instead of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You get that? So like, yeah, Isaiah 30, verse 12, Now, wherefore thus say the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. All right. Actually, yeah, we can keep going. And he shall break it as the breaking of a potter's vessels that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found the bursting of a sherd to take fire from the hearth, or to take water withal without the pit. So the Lord is going to completely destroy those who are who refuse to listen to this word. All right, that they're not going to be able to hold nothing. That's why in back in Proverbs 1, as you read, it says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. All right. Now, just like how we read here, this is those who despise this word. All right. And because I have called and ye refused, I stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and with none of my reproof. All right. That's 2/3 not listening. Jakes just want to talk about shit that don't even really matter, but actually focus on the point of what's really happening, is understanding that we have enemies and those that are trying to keep us from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, from being in a repentive state, from actually understanding how to offend less, and understand that there is an end-all be-all, which is fear the Lord and keep his commandments, and also trust not thy enemy. All right, let me keep going, because what was going to happen? Verse 26, I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as a desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Then they shall call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, they would none of my counsel and despise all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way. You're going to have to, there's a saying called eating crow, which is basically you're going to have to eat them words. Like, you don't have to stand on that, you know? Like, you gotta, this is what you would put an effort into, you know? Every man's gonna reap what they sow. So any problem that you was having with this truth, if you're trying to see the Lord about it, he's gonna see you about it. So he's just gonna let it happen, you know? Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. All right, and that's going into the elect that are listening to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that refuse to trust in anything else except it be from the words of the prophets from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because that's where the Lord is speaking. All right, in Amos 3 and 6. Let me get that. Yeah, I can start here. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? All right, so all the stuff that's going on, it's all of the Lord's hands, but this is the point. Surely the Lord God will do nothing but revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So all the prophets are coming in the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So amongst all this craziness and whatnot that's happening, the Lord is guiding us out of those situations, you know? Even, let's see, even in Salat. This was yesterday, right before camp. What the fuck is going on?
So everybody's filming everything. And it's no, I agree. Sorry.
You good?
So that's on the audience of so everybody's filming everything. And it's no, I.
Yeah, but basically the point is that I wanted to show that because, you know, Jake is going to be running around left, right, and center amongst a bunch of chaos. And in the middle of it, all these police officers, this was right before camp. You know, brothers were walking around. And funny thing is as in that first video, as you can see those people that were running, I didn't realize I caught those were the Jakes that they were after, that they were running. And not only that, but right before that, the brothers that I came to meet, they were walking right in front of them. I just now saw it, and they said that. They said it was happening right in front of them. Hold on, let me see. About like right. Yeah. So you got the Jakes running away from the police right there. I think it was either ICE or Florida Highway Patrol, or both working hand in hand. That's them. And you got the brothers right there. Which, you know, they said that this stuff was happening right in front of them, which I thought was crazy. But the main point is that all this police were just showing up all at once. And, you know, we don't know when they're going to start, like, persecuting. But, you know, it's a little bit of a taste of what's going to come to the prophets because we're warning them, you know. They're making it so that even the family of the word is starting to come about. I know I'm a little off topic here, but this may be a various topics type of video because there's a lot that's going on right now. It's kind of hard to just look at one subject, but there was all those cops that, like I showed you in the last photo, they were all just sitting all around and whatnot, looking, you know, ready to snatch up the who they were looking for or whatnot. And I'm sitting there with the 12 Tribes sign in my book bag, And I'm looking all around. I'm like, yo, at any given time, they could just be like, there they are. They're the prophets, you know. There's the Israelites right there. Get them. And you know, just a little side note, but I just thought it was like, it was a nice little test of like, hey, are you going to be panicking in this time? Or are you going to be all like, hey, Yahweh Yahshua, I don't want to write this out, Lord. Just, you got me. Let's see where this goes, you know. But yeah, there's a whole lot of calamity that's going to be happening, but it's all from the Lord, you know. So there's a beautiful, you know, just a side note. It's a beautiful thing to understand that it's not of you, it's of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That was the first point that I was going to get to the Amos 3:6, that, you know, that it's the Lord doing all things and whatnot. But at the same time, to make the point from earlier, that the Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto the prophets, going into these breakdowns, who are here to warn these people, like Isaiah 58. My fat fingers, Salakia. Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, and lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. All right. And keep reading. Yet they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness, and forsook not the ordinance of God. They ask me of ordinance of justice, and they take delight in approaching to God. So, just like how it says to cry aloud and spare not, we're trying to warn our people, you know, because we don't know what type of situation those Jakes were in, you know. It could be ICE. It could just be a police chase. It could. I don't have the full story. It looks like it was ICE, but it also looks like ICE was dealing with them and the Florida Highway Patrol, coming off the highway right to where we were at, because apparently they ditched their car and was running and whatnot, and that's why they got the canines and like 20 cop cars that were there, you know. So we don't know. We don't have the full story. I'm still waiting for the news article to show up, because the helicopter was showing up right after, and they still haven't put out a report just yet. But once we do, you know, this is that sparing not, you know, just giving the warning out to the people. Like, it's not wise to move however that was, but, you know, we're going to filter it through the scriptures. But anyway, getting back to the main point, you know, I want to get to, our people who just don't want to learn. They just keep trusting in oppression. And actually, let me get that. Ecclesiastes 7:7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. All right. And our people, unfortunately, they keep seeking love from this devil, you know, because they don't believe that he is the devil. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, you know, is the wicked that the scriptures speak about. All right. Just like how Psalm 64 goes into Psalm 64, hear my voice, O God, a prayer, preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. All right, so who's that secret counsel of the wicked? That's the elites with their think tanks, you know? All they do is let me get that too. Proverbs 4:16, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause them to fall. All right. Now that's going into Esau, Edom, bro. Especially the elites. They are, scriptures say that they have 7 abominations in their heart. 7 just meaning a complete number, and abominations is just wickedness, you know. They are, because an unjust balance of scales is an abomination to the Lord. But and that's the thing. This man is completely unjust. He's unbalanced. He's not wise. He's wise to do evil, you know. But The only thing that he does is just continue to see how he can make Israel fall, you know, just like it's saying, the secret counsel of the wicked from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And let's get that word. Insurrection. This is the etymology of the word insurrection, an uprising against civil authority. And that civil authority is the Israelites, you know. Just like how the scriptures say, the scriptures say, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn, you know. Let me get that. Good Lord, I can't spell today. When the righteous are in, Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay? So these, all the people of the earth, every nation that's on the earth right now is mourning because of this damn devil, bro. Look at everything that's happened since, Trump has been in office. And it's not just Trump. It's all of the American political leaders. They're all puppets to the elites, you know. But look at how putting this, I got to find that clip. If I can't find it, Bab Koshad, Lord willing, he puts the spirit on me to find that video and edit it in for this part. All right. Because, was it Kamala Harris? Before the elections, I forget who specifically said it, but they were talking about Trump and how he's the perfect person to bring about World War III because he's impulsive and he doesn't know how to think things through. He's just he's reckless, you know. And that's the thing. Ever since he's been in office, man, it's been the No Kings protest that happened a couple months ago, and that's not even when he was the president in like 2016 or 2020. It's been nothing but protests and a bunch of problems, people getting shot for no reason. He's given ICE full immunity to go ahead and there's no, man, I gotta see if he's really looking to have somebody shoot at ICE so that he can put in the the Insurrection Act, I believe, the martial law. That's what he's really looking to do, so that he can have that full control. And he's not only that, he's happy about the dollar crashing, so that he can implement the mark of the beast with the influencers like Mr. Beast and Kim Kardashian, you know, to promote the Neuralink, because they're both talking about the Neuralink chip. There's a whole lot that's happening, man. There's a whole lot. The scriptures are jumping off the pages of a prophecy, all right? We can go into, we get that Revelation 13. All right? Yeah. Let me start at verse 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he make fire coming down from heaven on the earth in the sight of the men. Now this is going into Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right. Back in that time, there was nobody had firepower like that. They were the first ones to have missiles that could be on that magnitude of power. All right. Esau Edom was the only one. And that's why everybody that saw that, you know, they were just like, damn, I got missiles, but I don't got that. And you got to really understand the magnitude of the missiles that were happening. Let's just, Hiroshima, Nagasaki bombing. Good Lord. Hiroshima, Japan. Yeah, this is completely laid desolate, man. Look at it, like, the clouds are nothing compared to this mushroom cloud, man. The clouds in and of itself are ginormous, you know. But this mushroom cloud is like Yo, I mean, like, nobody had power like this. It's a ridiculous level of and then if you look at the death toll, the 118,000 to 210,000 total deaths by the end of that year. Just 2 bombs wiped out. Yeah. Hiroshima suffered roughly 140,000 deaths. 1 bomb in a couple of seconds, 140,000. All right? And then the second one, 74,000. Yo, nobody had power like that, man. Nobody. In fact, let's go look at the radius. Blast radius. The blast of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs varied. Generally, the total destruction occurred within about 1 mile, 1.6 kilometers, with severe damage extending up to 3 miles. Good Lord. Or more, depending on the building type of terrain, with the glass breaking even further, showcasing immense destructive power across several miles for both cities, despite Nagasaki's hilly geography limiting the blast spread. So even though it was pretty hilly and it shouldn't have destroyed as much just based on the geography of the land, it still was deadly, bro. This is, look at that. You got to understand, when it came to regular missiles and whatnot, you might be able to level a building. At that time, you might have been able to level a building, not an entire city. All right? So that's the reason why, that's why the scriptures say he doeth great wonders. Like, everybody's wondering, like, yo, how do you get that much power out of that? But that's Esau's blessing, is the sword, man. He's the... When it comes to weapons and how to kill and whatnot, you can't beat him at that, man. It's his blessing. If Esau has a sword, and sword doesn't mean like an actual metal sword and whatnot that you unsheath. It's weapon, all right? If he's got a gun on him, he's deadly. Like a sharpshooter, deadly. All right. I used to live with an Edomite. We went to the gun range. This dude had. He had an AR-10, an AR-15. What else did he have? He had a Colt 1911. All right, let's look at these real quick. Colt 1911, 45. He was sharp with this thing, man. Ridiculously sharp. I gotta give him credit. You know, he's an Edomite, so that's what he's meant to be able to do. AR-10. 50 Beowulf. This is what he had. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. This is one where you would pull the trigger and it felt like you had the most aggressive sneeze of your life. Like, the amount of power that pushes out of these bullets, it feels like it sucks the air right out of your own face as you're pulling the trigger, you know? And that smell of gunpowder is ridiculous, all right? But I would be on all of them, right? 50 Beowulf, the AR-15 that he had, the 1911, and I'm not bad with the weapon. I'm not bad with it, but this dude is sharp. We went on to a whole bunch of different places, you know, and when it came to targets and whatnot, he would have set up these small ass metal targets all the way in the back. You would hear like a and then ting, like every single time. Like, this dude did not miss, you know, John Wick. But that's his blessing. All right, that's his blessing. Anyway, but also with the great wonders, exercising all the power of them, because the scriptures say that we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You know, and one of those devices is like all the philosophies of the world and whatnot, all the different wines of the world, basically. But that's why the scriptures say they stagger not with strong drink, and it's going into the philosophies. They stagger because they can't get this truth. All right. But in terms of when it comes to the devices of the world that are being used against us, it's the philosophies, it's the rewriting of history. All right, it's the covering up the faces of the judges, like it talks about in Job 9:24. All right, so it's a whole bunch of lies being casted upon the earth. But that's why let me get it. But that's why in 2 Corinthians 10, verse 4, for the weapons of our warfare, Esau got all these, he's got weapons of like mass destruction, like guns, bombs, direct energy weapons. That weapon that he used in Venezuela to cause those soldiers to just be vomiting blood and bleeding from their eyes and stuff, like a low vibration speaker or whatnot. He's crafty when it comes to this shit. All right, but the scriptures say, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. And that's going into this truth. All right, because there was a saying that Esau Edom loved saying, which is, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words cannot hurt me. And the brother made the point that words do cast down. Let me get that. Is it this one? Yeah, Proverbs 25:15. Man, I'm all over the place, but hey. My spirit wanted to get out all this stuff. It's been holding it in for a minute, so Salakia, bear with me. All right, 25. Was it 24? 24:15, Salakia. Yeah. Oh, 20. Salakia. Yeah, by long forbearing is a prince persuaded, and a soft tongue breaketh the bone. Going into the words again. Just to make that point that his weapons are earthly weapons, man, earthly weapons. But the weapons that we have are of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, which is just this word, because it casts down. It's the pulling down of the strongholds, and all these strongholds are all these vain things that Esau has put up in our minds. That's that washing and renewing of our mind, that true baptism that actually throws away all that stuff, so that we can understand what actually is true. Like it says in 1 Corinthians 3:18, let no man deceive himself. If you think him to be wise, let him become a fool, so that he may become wise. For the verse 19 says, for the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Lord. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. All right. So everything that you understand about this world, the Lord uses it against you, because it's not this truth. The truth is the only thing that can stand. All right. So let me just keep going. Verse 5, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of God. Again, just like I was saying, the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Heavenly Father. The only thing that can stand is the wisdom that comes from the Heavenly Father. All right. And bring it to a captivity, every thought, the obedience of Hamashiach. Now, let me get that. What's the word? Is yeah, James 3:15. Boom. That's what I was looking for. All right. I'm gonna get into it. I just need to make this point real quick. Salak. There it is. James 3:15. The wisdom descended not from above, but is earthly, sensual, and devilish. All right, and that's going into everything that we've learned about the world, literally everything about the world, heaven, death, everything from this devil has been devilish. It's been earthly, or sensual. In fact, let me get that in the NLT. All right. I am all over the place, but it's 4-point. All right. For jealousy and selfishness are not God's kind of wisdom. Such things are earthly, unspiritual, and demonic. All right. And that's where it's talking about, the wisdom of this world, the things that are seem to be okay, the things that we have learned. And it's going back to what they're trying to make okay. They're trying to normalize getting this brain chip and whatnot. How, you can play video games. Oh, he beat me playing the video game with the brain chip and I got a controller in my hand. Or, she's going to pass this bar exam by getting this brain chip or whatnot. But hey, if you really want to take that route, man, this right here, Revelation 14:9. The third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of his holy angels and the presence of the Lamb. All right, so that's going into anybody who takes that chip. The elect are going to get beamed up and delivered out of that situation, just like it says in Judges 5:11, delivered from the noises of the archers, those ICBM missiles that are coming down to lay waste to America, Babylon the Great. The elect are going to go up into that skybox and watching with Yahushua and whatnot, just watching the destruction finally be laid to waste upon America, Babylon the Great. And it's going to be a beautiful thing. That's why, like we read earlier in Proverbs 1:25, I believe, it says that I will laugh at your calamity. And all the elect and all the angels and whatnot, we're going to be laughing. Like, man, you saved me from this. But man, finally, this thing, and this is why I love quoting this from that anime, One Punch Man, the Deep Sea King. He says it. He says, when a thing is so annoying, it's a pleasure to watch it die. And that's that vexation of our spirit, man. Esau Edom has been a cancer on this world. So much so that we can't, we just want to go home. But, there's lessons to be learned here. There's still more that we got to do in order to be right, be made perfect and meet that full measurement of Yahushua before, time is too late. There's still more to learn. There's still more to do. There's still more that Yahushua has to have happen while the time is available before, the spiritual arc closes. There's a whole lot that we have to actually come back towards, man. But all these things, it's a beautiful thing to see scriptures jump off the pages. That may just be the title of the lesson, all right? But Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect out there. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. The only one certified to teach the 100% truth of the Bible, the pillars of Israel, whether you like it or not, whether you can receive it or not, all right? Our spiritual fathers and uncles, man. The Wadi Habashim Yahshai for these men that you have set up above us to be able to follow. The Wadi Habashim Yahshai. All right, I want to give a sincere shalom to the Akim out there who are pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Okay, a sincere shalom to the Aquath who are listening and learning in the silence. You few sisters that are learning in the silence. All right, my name is Bayan, the Pasha, Lord willing, this is edifying. Shalom.